Hey, good morning, boys and girls. Today we are on lesson 12.8, equal or unequal parts. While you're watching this lesson, I want you to keep this question in mind. How can you identify equal and unequal parts in two-dimensional shapes? Well, first of all, we need to know what equal and unequal parts mean. Equal parts refer to the parts of an object that have the same size. For example, each part of this rectangle has the same size. Equal parts means equal shares. That means the parts have the same size. Unequal parts or unequal shares refer to the parts of an object that are not the same size. For example, these parts of a rectangle do not have the same size. We call these unequal parts or unequal shares. Page 713. Listen and draw. Draw a line to show two triangles in the square. Of course, you will draw the line from one top vertex to the bottom vertex on the opposite side. Now we will draw three lines to show three triangles in the square. First, I will draw a line to show two triangles. How can you draw another line to show three triangles? I guess I can split one triangle in two by drawing a line from a bottom vertex to the middle of the first line. Perfect. All right, next page. Page 714. Model and draw. This square shows equal parts or equal shares. In each square, the parts show equal share of the square. They have the same size. Well, however, these squares show unequal parts or unequal shares. That means they are not the same size. One part is smaller or bigger than the other. This part of the square is bigger than this part of the square, right? So these two squares show unequal parts or unequal shares. Now let's practice. Share and show. Circle the shape that shows equal parts. That means the parts are the same size. Number 1. The first rectangle shows two unequal parts because they do not have the same size. One part is bigger than the other part. The second rectangle shows two equal parts because they are the same size. Therefore, we will circle this rectangle. Number 2. The first square shows four equal parts. The parts are the same size. The other squares show unequal parts because one part is smaller than the other part. So, I will circle the first square. You will do number 3 by yourself. Number 4. Circle the shape that shows unequal parts. So boys and girls, I want to remind you that For these exercises, you need to read the direction carefully because sometimes they ask you to show equal parts and sometimes they want you to show unequal parts. For number 4, 5, and 6, you need to circle the shape that shows unequal parts. Number 4, which circle shows unequal parts? The circle on the top shows that all the parts are the same size. However, the other circle shows that the parts do not have the same size. This part is smaller than the other part. So I will circle this circle, which shows unequal parts. So you will finish number 5 and number 6 by yourself. Page 715 on your own. Color the shapes that show unequal shares. That means the parts do not have the same size. Number 7. This is a square. I see the top part is smaller than the bottom part. So this square shows unequal shares or unequal parts. Then I will color this square. Alright, let's look at the rectangle. Do you think this rectangle shows unequal parts? Well, we will compare this triangle to this triangle. They do not have the same size. So this rectangle shows unequal shares. We need to color this rectangle because it shows unequal share. For number 9 and 10, you need to color the shapes that show equal parts or equal shares. Number 10, this square shows 2 equal parts, so I will color it. Let's move on to the next shape. Look at this square. Do you think the parts show equal shares? No, this square shows unequal shares or unequal parts. So I will do nothing to this square. Boys and girls, you are going to look at this circle and this rectangle and to decide if they show equal shares of equal parts. Page 716, hard problem. Draw lines to show the parts. Number 13. 2 equal parts. You are going to draw a line to show 2 equal parts. Let me show you how to do it. You can draw from the top vertex to the bottom vertex. Let's try another. Number 14. Draw lines to show the parts. 2 unequal parts. You will draw 2 unequal parts. One part is smaller or bigger than the other part. These are the 2 unequal parts. So boys and girls, you will finish the rest of the questions. Once you complete all the classwork pages, you can finish your homework on page 717 and 718. Have fun. See you next time. Bye.